Welcome to Not Your Average Cruise Channel, where the ordinary ends and the ocean begins. I'm Shon, and this is my wife Juanita, and after years of dreaming, planning, and wondering what if, we decided to do something a little crazy. We're selling our home, downsizing our lives, and trading square footage for the open seas. That's right, soon we'll be cruising full time. These pictures are the beginning of our story, the before moments, the foundation of the journey, and we're building from the ground up. From packing up memories to chasing new horizons to learning what it really takes to make the ocean our home. And we want you right here with us every step, every wave, every adventure. So subscribe, hop aboard, and join us as we turn a wild dream into an everyday reality. Welcome to the cruise, and welcome to Not Your Average Cruise Channel. Well, fellow cruisers, this is Shon from Not Your Average Cruise Channel, joined by my wife Juanita, and we're going to talk a little bit about some of the finds we had at Dollar Tree. So,
Well, let's get started. First thing that we thought, you can see it kind of first when you walk in the store, was batteries. These are not the ones with the bunny that are going to go all night, but for $1.50 and a nice pack, or $1.25, you can't beat it. And so, of course, it's not meant to last for 2 or 3 months. But what we like about this is when you're on a cruise, these are things that if nothing else, you could throw away. You're not, you haven't lost a lot if you lose them, but they're a great deal.
right, for buy two packs of $1.50, they're going to be in $3. And if you use them, you use them. If you don't, you have batteries to bring home. But if it's something extra, you're right, something you
Yeah.
could leave. But I thought it was outstanding find considering uh, bought batteries recently and they were like $10 for a two pack. So these
Mhm.
prices were just unbelievable. But that wasn't the only find. One of the things that I really like when we travel is getting snacks. And staying in the Dollar Tree, I realized you're in snack heaven because there's just snacks
Mhm.
all over the place. And some of the names you may not recognize.
No, no, but you can get a steal, especially if you're like us and you travel with kids or teenagers or a big group. These snacks not only come in handy on the boat, but if you've been through the embarkation process, it's the time where you have stuff to snack on. You can throw these things in your backpack while you're waiting to get access to your room. They're great snacks just to have so that you don't always have to buy things on the ship.
Right, and you're looking, and there's several things. I know there's crackers on the string behind me. Also,
Mhm.
there's candy,
Oh, yeah.
and all different types of candy. And some of the candies are some of the name brands you would recognize, but definitely not the price, right? So
Hmm.
that's one of the great things about coming to Dollar Tree for that.
Yeah.
This next item I personally
Mm.
like, but blank note cards.
Yes. And if you cruise and you're like us, a lot of times when we cruise, I am the one that's doing a lot of the shopping. So some of this are things that women can really appreciate, and men can as well. But thank you cards. You can buy a pack of thank you cards at Walmart for, I don't know, $5 or $6. Here you can get, I think, 4 or 8 for a
Yes.
dollar fifty. We use them for our room attendant. We use them for the gentlemen that serve us in the main dining room. If you are a drinker and you spend time at the bar, or you have a favorite bar, you could give them for your bartender. But it's where you can put your tips, you can write a personal note. And of course, in the past, we've just used envelopes with a post it note, but this does kick it up a notch. And again, all for $1.50. You can't
Yeah.
beat that.
And when you consider how long they're working, 4 months, 9 months, 10-month contract, they're working every day. Most positions do not have a day off. They may have some short time, but they don't have a day off. This certainly adds a personal touch, and I really
Mhm.
like those. I hadn't really thought about it until we actually saw them and started using them, but it really adds an extra note. And we're going to talk about tipping in another video, but as you can tell, we feel like if you have great service, you do tip.
Mhm.
The next item, I think is really, really good if you're creative, right? And that's party supplies.
Party supplies. If you have ever been on a cruise, you notice that some people are celebrating anniversaries, graduations, weddings, retirements, anything. And you notice that doors are decorated, rooms are decorated. Dollar Tree has a wonderful what you call party supply. They have
Hmm.
streamers, they have signs, they have balloons, they have all kinds of things that are great. And again, very inexpensive. If you're doing a bachelorette trip, a bachelor trip, any of those things, you will find almost any and everything you're looking for at Dollar Tree.
And I want to tell you, it's certainly cheaper to do it this way. I love magnets. I get the door decorations. We've been on cruises where they've not been touched. We've been on cruises where they some of them been stolen and repurposed.
Hmm.
We've had teenagers take them off our door, the things that they wanted, and put on their own door, not very far away from our room.
Yeah.
So our cabin may be two doors from their cabin, and they just commandeered our nice decorations. And certainly, before the end of the cruise, we got them back. But they people tend to grab them. But this way, if I'm creative and I decorate my door with some Dollar Tree supplies, some of them may not be usable, but I can be really, really creative and at a very cheap cost.
Hmm.
This next item, though,
It kind of plays into door decorating, but they are the, what would you call them? The hooks that don't need nailing.
yeah, I
You
think we
have
would
where
just say command, but they're
command
not
strips,
command. They're
but
not
not command strips.
not
Like
command
command
like
strips,
command strips.
but they are very good not only for decorating, but you can use them for towels if you want to
But
hang anything in the
not the
room.
command price. So
Not the
these are a
command
dollar
price,
twenty-five.
$1.25, and some of them come in 2 packs, 3 packs. The bigger ones come in a single pack, but you can use it for decorating. You can also use it for hanging up towels, hanging up swimsuits, hanging up anything because they're no damage. That's what I love about them. When the cruise is over, you pull it, you take it, you throw it away, you're done.
Yeah, the next value that we found though was the glow sticks because
Mm.
Carnival has a glow party on a lot of their cruises, and it is really neat to see all the glow sticks. But if you think about it, you may want to touch it up a notch or turn it up a notch, however you want to
Mm-hmm.
look at it. But you could add these things to your costume for the night
Mm-hmm.
because they're so cheap. They're $1 a pack at Dollar
Yeah,
Tree. If you have kids, I think this is a great idea for
yeah.
kids as well.
And for even if it's not a glow party, they're just fun. They're just festive. I've seen people wear them all the time. And again, you can't beat the price at Dollar Tree.
Right. And that's the party element. But for those that are more I wouldn't say my speed, but
Mm-hmm.
definitely somewhere
Your
around my
speed.
speed,
Mm-hmm.
the next thing we're showing you, you definitely want to grab because it's activity books and it's books to read, but there's crossword puzzles, there's
Mm-hmm.
word finds, word searches. Just think about the downtime you have and how you can disconnect from technology. For me, getting on the track early in the morning, watching sunrise, walking the track, and then having a cup of coffee, it would be great as well if I had we see pouches, but you can put these right there in your pocket. You
Mm-hmm.
just take one of these out, have a seat on the deck, and enjoy a cup of coffee and do a word search or a crossword puzzle. Um, the other thing we that many people encounter though when we're in the port and we're trying to going through embarkation when you have to wait. This is
Mm-hmm.
another great activity when you have to
It's a
wait.
great activity. And if you have kids, again, I have some friends who have younger kids, and when they cruise with them, they like for them to have a little downtime at the end of the day. So they have crossword puzzles, they have coloring books, they have all kinds of things that are great time killers. Or if you just want an activity that kind of brings it down, if you want to sit out on the deck and do it, if you want to read a book, crossword puzzle, coloring book, whichever one, again, Dollar Tree is the place to go.
Yeah. So that's my personal favorite that's added to the film. I want to make sure that made it in. But this next item is all Juanita.
If you've been on a cruise, you know that the cups they give you, even if you don't get the soda package, the cups they give you are, I don't know, they remind me of daycare cups. They're like this big.
Yeah.
And so you're always thirsty. You want something to drink. And we have the Yetis, we have all those great cups, but Yetis are expensive. Stanley cups are expensive. Who wants to lose that on a cruise ship? So Dollar Tree has wonderful water bottles. They have ones that are Yeti like, Stanley like. They also have the lightweight ones that are more plastic, more lightweight. But what I love about them is inevitably I get somewhere and I forget a cup, I leave a cup, and Most times I will go back and get it, but imagine how much less stress it is when you forget a cup and it's not a $25 cup. It's not a $50 cup, but and this part of Dollar Tree sometimes is more. They may be $5. We have some that are even $7, but they also have some that are $2, $1.50. But what I like is you can get a cup for everyone in the family and you don't have to worry about them losing it. Hopefully they won't. I've even had it where I've bought more than one per person, but you can refill it, you can get water, you can take it on excursions. It's a great investment.
Right, and like I said, that's one of your favorites. Uh, I will use them, and because they do come in handy. But the next item is one of the things I like because I like the room to be really neat and organized.
Mhm.
And so the bins that you can find at Dollar Tree are really inexpensive
Mhm.
and have just a multitude of uses, from shoes to clothes, little items in your room that you need to make sure you keep in a bin. Even your hygiene products you
Yeah.
may want to keep in a bin.
They're great to use in the bathroom for toiletries, toothpaste, toothbrush, deodorant, shampoo, conditioner. They are wonderful.
Yeah, I really like it. And there's a variety of sizes. One of the things that you also that one thing we took on a cruise, last cruise, was the collapsible baskets, and so that's the
Mm.
next picture that you'll see. That they're the kind that even collapse, and so those are really good as
Those
well.
are great for packing because even though the other ones that are not collapsible, you can fit them in your suitcase because I've put those in suitcases and just put things in them so they don't take up a lot of space. But the collapsible ones are nice because once they're collapsed, they're what, an inch, inch and a
Maybe an
half?
inch, maybe an inch.
And they're
Yeah,
great. Shoes, socks, anything you can use.
yeah. And so the next item we saw at Dollar Tree, uh, I tend to use the little tissue packets more,
Mm.
but really, you never can have enough really good TPR paper towels.
Yeah, I mean, they do tend to give you toilet paper, but paper towels are a big thing because you use them to wash your hands. You can use them if you have food in the room. Just cleanliness, just having like a napkin. And Dollar Tree is one of those places you can go and get a 3-pack for $1.50. Can't beat
Right.
that.
Um, and not to mention, in the same section where a lot of Dollar Trees you'll find paper towels, you'll also find clotheslines, and those are very
Mm,
important because if you don't have the magnetic hooks that could be kind of pricey on Amazon to order them, you can always get these clotheslines, and you can hang
hmm.
up your wet clothes on the inside the room though, not
Inside.
not not on the balcony.
Nope.
Don't do the balcony, but inside the room you can use these clotheslines.
Yeah, you would be amazed, especially if you are a family that likes to swim. You'll be amazed at how much and how often you have damp and wet clothes. You have swimsuits, you have towels, you have just all kinds of things. And goodness knows if there's rain, which we have had rain on a cruise ship before. So the clotheslines are great. It's a great way to string it up. You can string it in your bathroom. You have to get creative about where you put them, but it does come in handy.
Right, and so that's also just a good travel item to have tucked away in your hygiene bag because they don't take up a whole lot of space.
Mhm.
But speaking of traveling, we always have these neck pillows, and we
Mm.
go to these places and we pay a premium for them. Dollar
Hmm.
Tree has them,
Yeah.
and I never thought to look at Dollar Tree for neck pillows until we passed an entire section of neck pillows
Hmm.
with great Dollar Tree prices.
Yeah, if you buy those in Walmart or the gas stations, those are easily $20. Now, of course, you may wonder why would you need a neck pillow on a cruise? You may not need one on a cruise, but we have yet to go on a cruise where we did not have to drive. So that's what they're great for, driving to the port. We live in the Dallas area, but we've driven 8 hours to New Orleans. We've driven to Galveston. You
Even when
may
we flew
drive to,
to Florida
yes,
for Port
flying to Florida.
Canaveral, you got a 45-minute car
Yes.
ride or an hour bus ride from the Orlando
or
airport
or a two
to
or three
to
hour plane ride.
to Port Canaveral, right? And so
Yeah,
these really do come in handy.
yeah,
At some point, you're gonna want a neck pillow just to relax.
yeah. It's true.
Um, the next item we had is probably one of the items that I like because it's just another gadget type item, and it's lights. Yes, there are lights in the cabin, absolutely, but there's just some special configurations you could have. Now, I know some ships have the really nice, well, backlight that really works well in the room. But these are the type lights, and for $1.25, $1.50, you can have
Hmm.
them in your closet, in some of the drawers. Just a quick light, so it would light up something that you're trying to do, or even at night if you
Like a
want
nightlight.
a really good night light.
Hmm.
If you want to read and you want to put a night light on, this works well for that too. But for $1.25, $1.50, you just can't go wrong. You just grab them just
Yeah.
because they're
And they're
there.
remote control. So if you travel with your family, some people will have 4 or 5 people in a room. This is nice. So if you need to get up, you don't have to wake up everyone by turning on the big light. You have a small light with a remote control.
Yeah, and even let's say you don't do that, right? The next item in the light section is
Mhm.
really good anyway too, and that's string lights. And you could use that to decorate your cabin, and that really kind of enhances your trip, makes it feel a little
Mhm.
special. I personally like it because I think when you turn those on, it becomes a whole nother space for you. That may
Mhm.
not be the case, but in my mind, it is.
And your kids, if you have kids and they're traveling, especially if they have their own room, they everyone knows kids love string lights. So they can use those for decorating their room.
Our next item, uh, I did not think
Mhm.
originally to get these at Dollar Tree until we picked up a few, and we still have them. They didn't tear up on the cruise, and
Mm.
that's bags, backpacks.
Backpack.
It's true.
Because we've talked about how those can be really come in handy on embarkation day because you want to have a few things with you while you wait to get to your room. You don't want to have to lug around your whole suitcase. Um, so a small backpack is great to carry on embarkation day. It's also great for excursion days. Um, for women especially, we may think of a purse, but you want your hands free. So Dollar Tree has a lot of different colors, sizes for girls, for boys, for adults, and you can't beat them because they're usually $5.
And I'll tell you, you may think, I don't want to buy another backpack. I have my favorite backpack that I travel, but just stick with this. There's nothing like a cruise countdown. And you could start this backpack packed with all your cruise
Mm.
items 30 days out if you want to. Just knowing you have a cruise coming up and that backpack's ready to go. If you're
Mhm.
like me, you're going to put it on a couple times, 3, 4, 20 times before the cruise, just to see how it feels because it
Mhm.
feels good to know you're going on a cruise. So at $5, right? It's a still of a deal. It'll keep everything for you in
Another
one
thing
place.
that makes backpacks nice is on excursion days, if you're at the beach, there's high probability you're going to have sand. I don't want my favorite backpack to have sand. I don't want my favorite backpack to get wet or muddy. These again, $5 just for the cruise.
All bets off.
Hmm.
Um, and the convenient size, they're really good size. They have just enough compartments. But a lot of things we're going to show you today, these things are so small or easy to transport. For instance, wipes. And yes,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to want to have wipes available. Certainly, there's hand sanitizing stations throughout the ship, but wipes, good handy wipes, are good to have. And Dollar Tree has tons of them. They have them in those packages. They have them in the bottles. I mean,
Hmm.
the small containers. We're going to show you just quite a few ways that you can get them, but definitely you want to keep those with you. And excuse me, something I had not thought about, babe, was when we bought the wipes, the body wipes.
Hmm. And they have, again, when he talks about wipes, they're the wipes for wiping down your cabin. They clean and they do an amazing job, but a lot of people want to do their own wipe down. Those high touch areas, the doorknobs, the dressers, all those things. But they also have hand wipes because when you're eating, you're not always going to want to go back to a bathroom to wash your hands. They do, as he said, have hand sanitizing stations, but the hand wipes as well as hand sanitizer. That is, you can never have too much hand sanitizer. And Dollar Tree always has different sizes, ones you can clip on your bag, clip on your backpack, your purse, whatever you have. Great things to stay clean.
Yeah, and so on along the ideas of being clean, several ships they have laundry. They offer laundry service, but several of the ships also have laundry available for the cruisers.
And we've
And,
done that. It's very,
yeah,
very convenient to
and
leave the boat with clean clothes.
right. So Dollar Tree has those little small packages. of laundry detergent that you can take, and the fabric softener, and the sheets, the bounding sheets, all of that is
Scent
prepackaged
boosters,
scent boosters in real small bottles.
travel.
So that's travel size. Throw them in your suitcase. And when you leave the cruise, the night before, you have clean clothes. You don't have to worry about doing laundry when you get home. Just one or two loads on the ship, and you're easy, you're set, ready to go. Especially if you have kids with you,
Oh.
you're going to go through a lot of clothes. They're going to go through a lot of clothes,
Hmm.
unexplainably. You don't know why, but they're going to go through a lot of clothes.
And Dollar Tree has perfect sizes. That's what I love. Because some people might say, well, why Dollar Tree? Why can't we just go anywhere? And you can. But what I love about Dollar Tree is they have just the right size. I don't want to carry a 40 load count of laundry detergent. They have just the right size for 2, 3, 4 loads. That's all you need.
And the right size items is what's key here, because Dollar
Hmm.
Tree is like I don't know, it's not the travel store, but you look at it like the travel store,
Hmm.
because when you get into the personal hygiene areas, it seems like the things they have for your hair and brushing your teeth are all perfectly sized for
Hmm.
travel. And so that's quite a few things we have on the screen for you now. So things for your hair,
Hmm.
we have toothbrushes, which you never could have too many of those.
No.
I think now we travel standard with an extra two or three because our boys never bring
They
theirs.
always forget. And what's also nice is if you've been to the store, you know that a lot of times they'll have the sample section. And what I've realized is sometimes the sample section, even though it's nice, it's not quite enough for a cruise, especially if you're doing 5, 7, 8, 10 day cruise. It's not really enough. I love that Dollar Tree has they're larger than sample size, but not full size.
Right.
And so that's what's great, especially about toothpaste or shampoos, things like that. It's just the right size. Oh, and this is one of my favorite things. You may not be able to tell what it is, but if you are someone that does not like the cruise shampoo, you do not like the conditioner they give you, you don't like the body gel, you don't like the lotion, these things are wonderful. They are, you take the top off, you squeeze it in there, and they are like a squeeze bottle. You can squeeze out your own shampoo. I've used it for lotion, I've used it for skincare, I've used it for shampoo, conditioners. You can use it for anything. They're wonderful. You just take that top off, put it in there, put it back on, and you squeeze it out. It has a flip top. It's similar to, I guess, toothpaste or lotion
Right.
bottles, but they're squeezed. They're very convenient. That way, if you have that very, very expensive shampoo that you can't live without, but you don't want to take the whole bottle with you, those are very convenient.
And along the same lines is would be the medicines.
Mm.
Uh, because now we don't travel without hauls, but it's only going to be $1.25 because you buy a
Hmm.
package from Dollar Tree, and they have just a variety of medicines for you to complete your own very personalized first aid kit. They also
Hmm.
have first aid kits too, really good travel size kits with enough of the essentials in them. You're going to want to do that because if you need ibuprofen and you buy it
Oh,
on the ship, you're going to pay $10 for it. Whereas you go to
easy.
Dollar Tree, you're going to get 50 pills for $1.25. It's a very,
Hmm.
very, the cost ratio there leaves you more money to enjoy your cruise with when you just take a few of these items at a value discount from Dollar Tree.
And as he said, they sell first aid kits, but what I like is you can make your own first aid kit. They have little containers. So if you know you get seasick, put that in there. If you know you're prone to headaches, you can put your own Tylenol or ibuprofen or Benadryl, or if you need melatonin, you can create your own kit. They have band aids, they have antiseptic creams and ointments. So it is wonderful whether you want to buy a ready made first aid kit or bring one with you. And as he said, it is very expensive to buy it on the boat.
Yeah, and so these a lot of what we're showing you today are just extra value items. And so if we had a $20 budget, we certainly could spend all 20 at Dollar Tree. I think if
Hmm.
I went shopping or if I was trusted to go shopping for the cruise, we probably still spend $100 because I'm going to get
Hmm.
10 and 20 of everything.
Hmm.
And that's probably not something that we should be doing, but I certainly would do it. Like the swipe wipes.
Oh.
which I once I saw the package, it's like we got to try it at least.
They are
So,
full body. They're large body wipes. Think of a baby wipe, but large enough for the body. We are by no means suggesting you don't take a shower. That is not what we're saying. But if you're at an excursion or maybe you've been at the pool and you just want a light freshen up and you're not able to go all the way back to your room, they're wonderful. They're disposable. They already come pre-moistened and they're large. They have different kinds. Some are called
mhm.
swipe wipes, but they sell those also at Dollar Tree. And they're just nice for those times when you can't get all the way back to your cabin and you just want to lightly freshen up. Again, not suggesting you don't take showers, but these are a nice, just light, quick freshen up.
And I'll tell you, just kind of on another personal touch, because some people you just want to freshen up, but at night you might just want to sleep. I did not know Dollar Tree had these until we passed them on the aisle, and they're earplugs. You might think, why do I need earplugs? Well, a cruise cabin isn't the most soundproof room
Mm-mm.
that you've ever stayed in, and so you're going to hear everything from your next door neighbors. These earplugs work great.
Especially if you're a light sleeper. I don't hear much, but I do know people who are light sleepers. They're wonderful. They're the ones that are squeezable. They're kind of like easily shaped. You just put them in there and take them out. Again, when the cruise is over, if you don't want to keep these with you, you've only paid $1.25
That's
for
it.
them, $1.50. But a very good, when you need it, you need it.
You need it. Speaking of needs, when you know when you need it, if you've been in the bathroom on a cruise in that
Mm.
cruise cabin, it is small, but also there's not a lot of place for you and the scent to go when you're using the toilet in there. And so I'm now convinced. I'm sold on these sprays that you can put in. You spray in the toilet, and it helps with the smell there in your bathroom.
And what's nice about them, you have to remember, you spray before you use it, but not only can you use it in your cabin, you can use it in any bathroom on the ship. And as you can see, they're small and easy to carry with you because they're small. They can fit in your back pocket, a backpack, whatever, but not just your room, any bathroom.
Yeah.
Everyone will thank you for that.
Yeah. So do your cabin a favor. Do your cabin a favor. Uh, and so th- these are just a few things.
Mhm.
Some of the more common, and I know some of these things may not be something that you thought about right away, but one of the more common things that I knew right when I saw it had several uses for cruisers was storage bags.
Oh, yes. Storage bags are, you can use for a lot of things. You can use it for food. I love using them for packing. When I pack my suitcase and I don't want, I worry about maybe a shampoo spilling or a lotion spilling or skin cream, Ziploc bags. That way, if hopefully it won't happen, but if something spills, explodes, it doesn't mess up all your clothes. But I put a lot of my wet and liquid things in Ziploc bags for packing. But you can also use them for snacks. We have used them for that.
Hmm.
What else have we used them for? Wipes, all kinds of things. You can never have too many Ziploc bags.
On one cruise, we used it to hold our documents
Yes, we
to
did.
keep
We've
them
used
dry.
them. We used them. That's very good because the last thing you want to do is lose or wet or damage your birth certificate, passports, although anything like that. Those things are great.
And I tell you, the last item that we looked at and knew that we had to have for the cruise was the travel games.
Hmm.
And they have Dollar Tree had just four or five nice, neatly sized, small size games that were very popular, but they were in a travel size, so it wouldn't take up space in your luggage or even your backpack. And you might think, well, when am I going to do this? We're on a
Mm-hmm.
cruise. But if you're cruising with family and you're cruising in a large group, there's always going to be a night where you could have activity night,
Mm-hmm.
and you want to be able to do some things. And the cruise ship lends itself to that. They have flex spaces where your group can gather. So it's
Mm-hmm.
great to play trivia, in the trivia locations that they have on the ship. I thought one of the best ones was, Jubilee has that, and several have the trivia on the pool deck. And so
Mm-hmm.
during the day, you're competing against 100 people. That's great, but also kind of having that family time. If you're traveling with a family, this could be also one of the things that you could have your own tournament. And when we saw these small size games, we knew that was the right thing for our group. You may find it very helpful as well, especially when you consider the price. Like these games are not expensive. They're going to range in price from $1.50 to $5, and so for that, they're truly a travel game.
Mhm.
So if you lose some pieces, it's okay. We got it just for travel.
And you also will notice when you walk around the boat, you'll see groups of people at tables playing cards or dominoes or board games. Those are just great because there's some activities the ship gives lots of entertainment, but if you want to have a time where you and your family or your group just meet up and do card games or a game of Monopoly, travel games are great.
Wow. And I'll tell you, I hope that after watching this video, that you're energized and ready to go to your local dollar store, be it Dollar Tree, Dollar General, or Family Dollar, and find those cruise values. And
Mhm.
you'll see, like we did, that you're going to spend less money getting a great quality item that you can take on a cruise.
Mhm.
It's consumable, and you would not have spent your a fortune trying to get it.
And if you have things that you have found that were great values, especially if you found them at Dollar Tree and we didn't, send us a message. Let us know because we cruising is not cheap. So it's great to save money wherever you can. So if you have great ideas, please let us know about them. We'd love to hear about them.
Yeah, because you can repurpose a lot of different things. So you got to be creative. And so if you found a way to create with an item that in Dollar Tree or Dollar Store that we didn't think of, please leave a comment in the comment section below. And if you have friends, remember this is not your average cruise channel. And one of the things we want you to do, we have two things that we really want you to do. We do want you to subscribe. We want you to share it with your friends and your family so they can see the content as well. And the second part is the things that we'll always tell you at the end of each video, and that is life is short.
Cruise more.